Most men are busy chasing her body, hoping that attraction is all about looks, money, or the perfect pickup line. But what they never realize is this: women become emotionally addicted not by what you say, but by what you trigger inside them. These emotional triggers are ancient, they're primal. They go far beyond logic, and they're deeply tied to how safe, intrigued, and respected she feels in your presence. And here's what most men get wrong. They overtalk, overtext, overshare, and try too hard to be noticed. And by doing so, they actually remove the mystery, destroy the tension, and become predictable. But the rare man who does less and means more, he's the one she thinks about before she sleeps. He's the one she can't shake from her thoughts. Not because he's flashy or loud, but because he's centered, scarce, and still. This isn't manipulation. This is psychology. This is what Stoic men mastered centuries ago, the art of emotional gravity. By the end of this video, you'll know the 7 emotional triggers that make her heart race, her curiosity rise, and her loyalty tighten. Let's begin with the first one. Part 1. Silent Presence, the power that speaks without speaking. 1:43:4:12. In a world where everyone wants to be heard, the man who says less commands more. Your silent presence is the most underrated attraction tool. When you're grounded, calm, and still, she instantly notices. Why? Because your silence says, I don't need to prove anything. I am already enough. Women are highly intuitive, emotional creatures. She picks up more from your energy than from your words. And when that energy is composed, when it's unbothered and still, she feels magnetized. You're not jumping to impress her. You're not trying to fill the space. You let your presence speak for you. This kind of energy triggers emotional safety, a rare thing in her world. It tells her, this man is emotionally secure. He's not chasing, he's leading, and that is deeply attractive. Part 2. Unavailability, the law of scarcity. If you're always available, constantly texting, always free to hang out, you're not showing interest, you're signaling desperation. Women respect what they can't fully have. It's biological. The law of scarcity says, the less she can access you, the more she values your attention. Now don't misunderstand this. We're not playing games here. You're not ignoring her out of ego. You're simply choosing to prioritize your mission. When she sees that you're not always reachable, not always online, not always replying within minutes, she starts wondering, what is he doing? Who has his attention? Why isn't he chasing like the others? That curiosity turns into obsession. Your time becomes an emotional currency. Don't give it away like it's worthless. Make her earn your focus, and she'll fight to keep it. Part 3. Deep eye contact. See her without words. 6:58:9:30. Here's something powerful. Most men avoid eye contact because they're afraid of being seen. But when you lock eyes with her, not in a creepy, staring way, but with steady, grounded calmness, you trigger a powerful feminine response. She feels like you're not just looking at her, you're seeing her. Your gaze says, I'm not intimidated by your beauty. I'm fully present with you. I don't want anything, I just observe. This sends shockwaves through her emotional system. Why? Because it's rare. Most men look at her body. Very few dare to look into her eyes with complete presence. This form of eye contact builds trust, tension, and emotional depth without a single word spoken. It tells her that you are not like the rest. You're a stoic, calm, intentional, and unshaken. And that quiet confidence? It's unforgettable. Part 4. Controlled emotion. Master your inner world. 9:30:12:45. Women test your emotional control, often without even realizing it. They'll say something provocative. They'll create tension. They'll challenge your boundaries. Why? Because they want to know. But can this man lead in chaos? Can he remain still when everything else is loud? The man who loses his cool, gets reactive, or begs for validation instantly triggers her masculine defense system. She sees him as emotionally unstable, someone she can't trust with her heart. But the man who responds instead of reacting, who breathes instead of bursting, who remains grounded even when she storms, he earns her emotional respect. Controlled emotion is not about being robotic. It's about being conscious. She wants to feel that you're strong enough to handle not just the world, but her waves too. Part 5. Unexpected silence, the disarming pause. 12:45:15. Most men feel the urge to fill every silence, to keep talking, joking, or texting. But true psychological mastery lies in the opposite. Unexpected silence creates tension. It gives her space to think, to feel, and to wonder. You're not being rude, you're just not desperate for attention. This silence disarms her defense and invites her emotions to surface. She starts to feel, why isn't he saying anything? What is he thinking? Why do I feel so drawn even without his words? That's the beauty. Silence forces her to lean in, to emotionally invest. When done from a place of calm masculinity, it becomes a trigger of intrigue she can't shake off. Part 6. Purpose before pleasure. The masculine mission. 15-758. Women want to feel wanted, but they respect a man who doesn't make them his purpose. She needs to know that your life is bigger than her, that your mission is sacred and you won't abandon it for temporary intimacy. This doesn't make you cold, it makes you grounded. The man who puts his goals, discipline, and legacy before fleeting emotions signals one powerful truth. I'm not here to be consumed. I'm here to conquer. She'll test you by asking for time when you need focus. She'll try to pull you into comfort when you need to build. But when you stay committed to your path without guilt or apology, she feels both admiration and emotional pull. Because women don't fall for followers. They become addicted to men on fire with purpose. Part 7. Respected. Boundaries, the invisible shield. 17-21. Men who have no boundaries become doormats. And doormats never attract desire. They attract pity or control. Women may not say it aloud, but they deeply crave a man who knows his line and protects it. That includes saying no when it's necessary, not explaining yourself endlessly, walking away when disrespected. Boundaries don't make you harsh, they make you safe. Safe to trust, safe to open up to, safe to surrender around. When you express your boundaries with calm clarity, she doesn't just listen. She remembers. She respects the man who won't tolerate nonsense. Because it means he'll also protect her, lead her, and never betray himself. That's rare, and rare creates emotional addiction. Final word, the gravity of a Stoic man. 21-22. The emotionally addictive man isn't loud. He doesn't need validation. He doesn't try to be liked. He simply knows himself, controls his presence, and triggers emotions through depth, not drama. These 7 psychological switches are not games. They're the natural result of living with intention, presence, and purpose. In a world where most men beg for attention, you become the one who earns respect, desire, and loyalty. Because you are not just another man, you are a Stoic force of nature.